If you clicked on this video, then one thing is absolutely clear. You are not an average person. But the hard truth is, your habits are still completely like those of an average person. Today, an invisible pandemic has spread across the entire world. No, I'm not talking about a virus. I'm talking about a mental disease, mediocrity. The disease of remaining ordinary, average, and comfortable. Socrates once said, "There is no greater shame for a human being than growing old without ever seeing the strength and potential they were created for." Now pause and think. Are you truly living or just passing days? Today, we will expose the lies we have been made to believe for years. We will enter the mental world of David Goggins, the philosophy of Friedrich Nietzsche, and the deep truths of neuroscience. Hello friends, I am Preetam, and welcome to the Book Digger YouTube channel. The story begins in David Goggins' office. A 25-year-old young man comes to meet him for guidance. He says, "David, I've tried a lot, but I can't lose weight. I don't know what to do next. Sometimes I think of joining the army, sometimes opening a gym, sometimes starting a business." Goggins looked at him deeply with that X-ray vision that seems to read a person's soul. Later, Goggins said, "I asked him a few personal questions, and within 5 minutes, I understood everything. His problem wasn't his weight, it wasn't his career. His real problem was that he had quit on life. Whenever things got hard, he changed direction. Whenever he felt pain, he retreated. He no longer had the confidence to stand in front of a challenge. And that is called mediocrity, the mentality of just surviving." Does this story feel familiar? We all want to live in a world where no one challenges us. What are students taught? Study just enough to pass exams. What are we told about careers? Just find a comfortable job. Slowly, we have made comfort our master. There's a psychological phenomenon called the frog brain bias. Your brain, especially the old part called the limbic system, was never designed to make you great. It was designed only to keep you alive and safe. Whenever you try to take a risk, your brain screams, "Do only what's necessary, be careful, wait, this is dangerous." When you try to wake up at 4 a.m., it whispers, "Sleep a little more, it's cold outside." You are not lazy, you have simply become a slave to your biology, and mediocrity is just another name for that slavery. The truth goes deeper. You want to look superior among average people, so you intentionally surround yourself with weaker individuals to protect your ego. But Nietzsche said, you must become who you are. You will never find your true self in a bed of comfort. You will find yourself in the fire of struggle. This is not just motivational talk. There is science behind it. Neuroscientists have identified a part of the brain called the anterior mid-cingulate cortex. Studies show that this area is smaller in inactive, undisciplined individuals and larger in athletes and warriors. Here's the most fascinating part. This area grows when you do things you don't want to do, when you push against your own resistance, when you take cold showers, when you persist through discomfort. This is your willpower muscle. If you don't struggle, your brain literally shrinks. Now, the question is, who are the 1% of people who change the world? Do they have magical powers? No. The only difference is their tolerance for pain. They don't fight for results, they fight for self-discovery. Goggins says, if you want to stand among the top 1%, you won't find their company comfortable. Standing beside them will expose your fears, your excuses, your emptiness. Your ego will burn in their fire. Ask yourself, why are you not truly happy? Because there is a huge gap between who you are now and who you could become. You know you can do better, but you are not doing it. And how do you fill that void? Endless scrolling, junk food, addictions. These are not just habits, they are ways of numbing the pain inside your own soul. Let's enter David Goggins' world, the world beyond fear. On a freezing night in San Diego, without special training or support, he decided to run 100 miles, 160 kilometers in 24 hours. He ran relentlessly. Within 12 hours, he completed about 112 kilometers. Then his body began to collapse. His socks turned red with blood from blisters. When he went to the bathroom, he realized he was urinating blood. His kidneys were failing. His lungs were filling with blood. Doctors told him, "Stop, or you will die." His own mind screamed, "Why are you doing this? This is stupid." This is the abyss where 99.99% of people quit. For 4 hours, he sat shaking, crying. Motivation failed. Positive thinking failed. When you are truly in hell, slogans don't work. Then, from deep within, a voice emerged. Not logical, not inspirational, just a raw, primal truth. Because I'm a hard man. That one sentence changed everything. It wasn't motivation, it was an identity shift. Pain remained, but the person carrying it changed. He taped his feet, stood up, and kept moving. 113 kilometers, 140 kilometers, and finally finished the race. From this came the 40% rule. When your mind tells you you're done, you've only used 40% of your capacity. The remaining 60% is still inside you. There's a paradox of pain. The more you avoid pain, the more life hurts you. But if you voluntarily embrace difficulty, life's suffering loses its power over you. Your brain cannot clearly distinguish between imagination and reality. If you repeatedly say, "I can't, I'm weak," your mind accepts that as truth. You hypnotize yourself to failure. Instead, visualize an enemy, someone who wants you to fail. Ask yourself, will you let them win? Sometimes stubbornness and defiance create more power than love. Winning is a habit. Losing is also a habit. When you hit snooze and go back to sleep, you are training your brain to quit. So how do you escape? Not through motivation. Motivation is fuel. It burns out. You must change the engine. You must change your identity. Do something every day you dislike. Don't like cold showers? Take one. Don't like reading? Read 10 pages. This is how you show your brain who's the boss. True self-love is not comforting yourself. It is refusing to leave yourself average. Follow 3 steps. 1. Choose goals that scare you. If your goal doesn't intimidate you, it's too small. 2. Apply the 40% rule. When you feel done, do 5 more minutes. That extra effort separates you from the crowd. 3. Kill the victim mindset. Your past, your money, your background. Throw those excuses away. Your problems are yours, and so are the solutions. Experiments have shown that when creatures are given infinite comfort and no struggle, they don't thrive, they decay. Without struggle, both the mind and society rot. Comfort slowly kills. Struggle gives life. One day, everything will end. On your final day, 2 people will stand before you, who you became and who you could have been. If they are different, that is hell. If they are the same, that is heaven. The choice is yours. If you're not serious, don't subscribe. But if there is a fire inside you, if you're ready to kill the virus of mediocrity, then show up, take action, and leave your mark. Because average people don't act. They just scroll. Thank you.